my friends at First Steps. I hope you are all doing well, staying healthy, and playing a lot. This week, we have been learning about the solar system. We are going to read a book throughout the week about the solar system, and every day I will send you a new video about this book. So, the book we are reading is called Little Kid's First Big Book of Space. So, we are going to learn all about space this week. Remember, friends, what's this called? You're right, the front cover. And this, the spine. And this is the back cover. All right, friends, so this is actually something pretty new to us. This is called a chapter book. A chapter book means that it has different parts, and we are going to read a different part of the book every day this week, and I will send you guys a video about the book. Before we start on our first chapter today, though, I want to talk a little bit about our solar system. So, this is a picture of our solar system. As you can see, this is us right here. This is little bitty Earth. The sun is the center of Earth's solar system. The book begins with this important start. This artwork shows the size of the sun compared to the 8 big planets, 5 dwarf planets, and several moons that you will read about in chapters 1, 2, and 3. The locations of the asteroid belt and the Kuiper belt are also shown. So friends, this is a picture of our solar system. Look at how big the sun is in comparison to all of our planets. Earth and Mercury and little bitty Pluto over here are so small in comparison to our big sun. So there's our solar system, and so let's start with chapter 1, looking up from Earth. So let's start with the sun. The sun is a star. It is the closest star to Earth, the planet you live on. Yes, friends, we live on the planet Earth, and this is the closest star to Earth. The sun is very, very hot. Its warmth and light keeps plants and animals on the Earth alive, including us. The sun, planets, moons, and all different kinds of space rocks. The sun is at the center of this solar system. Did you guys know that the sun is 93 million miles away from Earth? If you could drive to the sun in a car, it would take more than 170 years. Friends, if you got in your car and tried to drive to the sun, it would take you 170 years. That's crazy. Earth travels around the sun in a big circle called an orbit. It takes a whole year for Earth to travel all the way around the sun. A year on Earth is the time it takes Earth to orbit the sun. How many times have you been all the way around the sun? How many times have you been around the sun? You're right, the same age you are. So, Miss Chastity is 23. I've been around the sun 23 times while on planet Earth. I bet you guys have been 3 or 4 or 5 times around the sun. Looking up from Earth, this sun is huge. More than 1,000,000 Earths could fit inside of it. Do you see how small Earth is in comparison to the sun? During the day, the place where you see the sun changes. In the morning, the sun comes up. This is sunrise. When dark nighttime turns into bright time, you will always see sunrise in the direction called east. Friends, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. By lunchtime, the sun is high in the sky, but don't look directly at it. It is so bright and it can really hurt your eyes. In the late afternoon, the sun is low in the sky. Soon it is at sunset and the sun disappears from night. Then it is nighttime again. Sunset always happens in the west. Ooh, let's learn a little bit about Earth now, friends. Most of Earth is covered by oceans. The blue oceans are water. See all the blue parts? The blue areas are water. Earth is the fifth largest planet in the solar system. The fifth largest. And here's our moon. A planet is a big round object in space that orbits around a star. Earth is your home. The sun is your star. Earth is always moving. As it orbits the sun, it also spins around like a top. See? When you spin around on your feet, you probably get dizzy, but you cannot feel Earth spin. Earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour. Earth is the third planet in the orbit around the sun. During the day, it is light outside and you can see the sun. As Earth spins, the place where you are on the planet turns away from the sun. That is when it gets dark outside. As the Earth keeps spinning, you soon see the sun again. It takes Earth 1 day, 1 night, 24 hours to spin all the way around the sun. When it is summer, where you live, your part of the Earth is tilted towards the sun. And when it's winter, where you live, your part of the Earth is tilted away from the sun. A strong, invisible force called gravity pulls everything on Earth down. Gravity keeps you and all the things around you from floating up into the sky. Isn't that silly, friends? So, for example, without gravity, with my phone, it wouldn't fall. If we didn't have gravity, it would not fall. It would float in the air. But because we have gravity, it falls. When you jump up from the ground, gravity is what pulls you back down. Can you jump up 5 times in a row to show that gravity works every time? Jump, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great jumps, guys. Earth is a very special planet. It is the only place we know of where there is life, meaning plants and animals and you. The jaguar is one of the many kinds of animals that live on planet Earth. The moon. You can often spot Earth's moon when you look up into the sky at night. The moon orbits Earth just like Earth orbits the sun. The moon is rocky and cold. The moon looks bright, but it is actually a dark place. It looks bright only when the sun's light reflects or bounces off of its surface. So, friends, the only reason we can see the moon is because the light bounces off from the sun. And friends, I know right now is a hard time, and I know everyone's missing their friends and their mommies and daddies, but I have a secret for you. The moon is a way we can all stay connected. When you go outside at night and you look up and you see the moon, remember, all your friends are looking at the exact same moon as you, and they're probably thinking about you and wishing you well. So, remember, friends, when you miss your friends, look up at the moon and remember that they're looking too and probably missing you too. The shape of the moon you see changes. These changes are called the phases of the moon. The phases change as the moon orbits Earth. This is a crescent moon. The moon is Earth's closest neighbor in space. This is a first quarter moon. Sometimes the moon has the shape of a banana. At other times it looks like half a circle. The gibbous moon, there are times when the moon looks almost like a full circle, and then about once a month it looks like a bright round ball and is a full moon. Which phase of the moon is your favorite? Do you like the banana-shaped moon, the half-shaped moon, the almost full moon, or the full moon? The only place in space on which people have landed is the moon. Before you were born, astronauts, people who travel into space, visited the moon. Astronauts landed on the moon 6 times. You can see where in the picture above. The first time, we went to the moon, friends, we went here. And the second time, we went here. And the third time, we went here. And the fourth, here. The fifth, here. And the sixth, here. We visited all these different places on the moon. Astronauts landed on the moon 6 times. A moon lander carried the astronauts to the surface of the moon from a bigger spacecraft that stayed in orbit. Isn't that cool? Earth is surrounded by air called the atmosphere. The moon has no atmosphere. An astronaut on the moon must wear a spacesuit. The spacesuit has air to breathe that also keeps the astronaut very warm. And some astronauts who visited the moon had a moon buggy called a lunar roving vehicle. Look at that. It's like a car to drive on the moon. Meteors and meteorites. Many chunks of rock float around in space. Sometimes one zooms into Earth's atmosphere towards the planet's surface. That rock is called a meteor. Usually a meteor burns up before it can reach the ground, but sometimes a meteor reaches Earth's surface. If it hits the ground, it's called a meteorite. Most meteorites are small enough to fit in your hand. Do you think it would be fun to watch the night sky for meteorites, friends? I think so too. Alright, friends, that's the end of this chapter. Tomorrow we'll read chapter 2, Earth's Neighbors. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about space today, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this week learning about outer space as well as the other activities we have planned. But until then, I'll be wishing you well. Bye!